Hey, Peeps Galucia here, and today I'm continuing my gunner guide for the new class of Tera. First of all, look at my fancy new gun. Oh, I like how it ejects the shell. I didn't notice that before. Oh, look at that. I like that. New gun, some new gear, looking good. So we're at level 12 now. I leveled up to 12 just by doing the story quests in Velica, so you should be around the same place if you were following along. And before I get into the continuation with the new abilities and stuff like that, I really quick just wanted to show you the whole guild thing. So, as I said before, we're on Celestial Hills, is the server that me and all my friends play on. So if you did a search for the Champions of Velica, or something along those lines, there we are. We're part of the Enlightened Union. And although we're level 1 right now, but that's just because there's really not a whole lot you get from keeping yourself leveled. And it's one of those things where, like, we're going to eventually maintain it, but for now we're not worried about it. But we are actually getting pretty competitive, although we don't typically... it's me, the glue guy. Although we don't do the GVG or any kind of PvP stuff, we're getting really into the PvE stuff. Yay, I'm in. And we're actually very active, and my wife is actually the guild leader. I originally started it way back in the day, but as I am super busy, I have given the guild over to her. So she is now in charge of that. So again, if you want to come play with us, that would be the best way to do it. Okay, so the only thing I wanted to show you is, in the beginning of the video, is this new thing that I got at level 12, the Mana Missile. Launch a weaving pair of missiles at 30 meters. Each missile that strikes an enemy explodes and generates 20 willpower. This is charging the skill, creating 3 additional missiles. So I'm going to test it out here on the Warthog. Haven't actually hit anyone with it yet. You'll notice that for now, anyway, the way that I'm grouping my abilities is that on the numbered abilities, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are all my abilities that cost mana to cast. And on the F keys, which so far I only have the 1, are the moves that require the willpower. So that's why that move is not selectable right off the bat, and the rest of them are. Let's go ahead and charge this bad boy up. Whoa! And he's dead! Wow! That was like almost silly how ridiculously strong that was. It was literally just like blah 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 blah. Done. Hilarious. So there you go. I guess for like really basic mobs. Oh, that time they didn't all hit him. And I'm not letting it go, by the way. I'm just holding it down and letting it charge, and then it eventually just discharges completely on its own. And that's also generating a lot of willpower, which you could then use to use the ridiculous move that we saw first demonstrated on the boss mob from before. So really awesome, powerful new move that's working out really good. So it's kind of funny because it almost like doesn't really there's really no strategy anymore at this point. Right now, no strategy necessary. So I will rejoin you once we get some more moves. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that time a bunch of them didn't hit. Okay, a couple of quick things to point out as I walk right by crap. I just hit level 13 a minute ago. I was turning in the quest that I was working on earlier in the video. And when I hit level 13, that unlocked a lot of stuff. You're given choices, and this game is not linear. Especially when you have a big buff to your XP like you can have right now, with it being double XP, or if you're elite, or whatever. There's a lot of ways to level up a lot faster than the game maybe originally intended. So you'll notice that on the right, I have 2 story quests right now. Fairies in the Fix, which is where I'm actually going now, and another one, the Devon Uprising, which I am going to have to do that sometime in the near future. The point that I was going to make about that is that you're not a slave to any specific ordering. You don't have to do the fairy quest just because it's next and because it's in this area, by all means, say to hell with it and go do something else. And I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do some of these quests over here, especially since there's an achievement for doing this quest. But I'm not going to waste too much time in this area. What you end up doing is you level faster. Oh, God. Go away. You level faster than the quests are good for. So, you know, you don't want to be like level 14 doing a quest that were intended for like a level 12. You're not going to be getting as much XP as you could be otherwise. So you can get to a point where it's better to just do the story quests and skip the zone quests. So when you go into your log, you have the story quests, those are the red ones, and all the yellow ones are the zone quests. So it's better sometimes to skip the zone quests, as I'm going to do here shortly. I'm just going to do the story quests for the fairy area and then move on to the next thing. Also, when I hit level 13, I got my Alliance quest started up. So you can see I have my first one here, mop up the Devon Remnants, and that's a level 13 to 16, so I can technically do it now. But it's in Oblivion Woods, which is where this story quest is going to take me, so I'm going to do it while I'm there. But you can see that it gives you a ton of stuff, 3,000 XP and some crystals and a charm. So the Alliance quests are a great way to level up and get all kinds of great stuff out of it. I wanted to point out, let me see, let me go kill some fairies and that'll start up the timer and then I can show you. Because earlier we were talking about willpower and the fact that you do lose it. So let's kill a couple fairies. Blow. Okay, so we killed the fairies and this guy's chased me for whatever reason. Okay, so let's see here. So now you can see we have this timer. So you have 60 seconds from combat before your willpower goes away. So for the time being, it'll stay right where it's at 480. After that, 60 seconds is up, then you're done for. But the timer will start over again if we start combat up. And then the last thing I wanted to say was when I hit level 13, I got a bunch of free crystals. So I can get my first crystals. You can see them here. And the crystals, again, for those of you that are completely new to the game and don't know, your weapon and your chest plate have these crystal slots that you can equip the crystals to, and they will give you buffs. So like this one increases damage to monsters by 3.6, increase damage to monsters by 4.7, reduce damage from monsters by 3.6, and reduce damage from monsters by 4.6. So, and we'll equip the better ones twice. And you can see that I only have 3 crystal slots right now. Better gear would give me 4 crystal slots. Eventually, your accessories get a crystal slot for green crystals. So I just wanted to point that out to you as well. Because when you hit level 13, a lot of different things like suddenly just become available to you. So I have no reason to share this with you guys that has anything to do with the strategy of this game. It has everything to do with hilariousness. Let's see. This is a decent group. Large group clearings. There's a lot of big AoE things like the arc bomb and stuff like that. But if you have the willpower, mowing them down like the Terminator from Terminator 2, like I just have a chain gun, is hilarious. It's my new favorite thing to do in this game. Let's find another group, shall we? We're already done this quest, but nobody likes fairies. Ah. Oh, I let him get too close. Dead. A couple of observations that I've made is that the automatic order that they've given us, you know, just from like hitting the shift button, it's space by default, but I just changed it to shift, is working out pretty good for the lower levels. It's not always the way that I would do it, but it is working out really good. So right now, I don't have any willpower, but I got a new ability. So I'm going to show you that at level 14 called Point Blank. I put it on my C key because I think I'm going to use this a lot. It's a close range melee, basically, where you hit them. So normally you wouldn't start with this, but I'm going to. I'm going to hit them and then hit it again and immediately do a back step when I do it off of it again. And then the the shift key from that point on, all my chained abilities obviously did the job. So if you really wanted to, you could actually start with that melee key. I think it's obviously meant to be more of an after the fact kind of thing, like all else fails and they're finally up in your face, so now you're kind of left with no options. Like, hit them with that, and then it also gives you a backstep. So it's pretty nice for a couple of reasons. Also, since I've hit level 14 and I'm still out here with story quests, I am completely skipping all of the yellow quests and only doing the story quests. No zone quests at all. Because it's, at level 14, I should honestly already be working on the next story quest. I should have already been working on it. The thing is, again, with all these XP boosts, you're leveling so fast. And, you know, it's intended for you to do these yellow quests, the zone quests, but with all the bonus XP, really? With all the bonus XP that I'm getting, it's just not necessary. So, just keep that in mind. Running and gunning, running and gunning, running and gunning. And I no longer want to pick up that thing. Oh, tell me this guy is aggro to me. He's too far away. I can't. There we go. Okay, peeps. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode and just lay down a few extra things for you. Just went to 16 today. So 12 to 16 today, but, you know, it's not too shabby. And we definitely did get a lot of progress only doing the story quests. I'm still ahead of myself. So I'm still sticking with just the story quests. And you can do the same. So as far as abilities go, we had several upgrades. You can see now that Scattershot is level 3, Arc Bomb is level 3, Fire Burst is level 2, which is incredibly OP, by the way, to be honest with you. I did my one of my quests here for the Alliance, and I had to kill those the Deviant peoples that I was killing before. So I would literally like just go around like shooting them to group them up, and then get like 8 of them lined up, and then just mow them down like a machine gun with that. So yeah, it's very OP. And then as far as a new ability goes, the only thing that we got was Replenishment, 300 MP and 100 willpower, with a 50% chance to eliminate the cooldown for both Scattershot and Arcane Barrage. So that's actually very cool, and I will try to remember to use that from time to time. In a pinch, if your mana starts to get low, that'll definitely serve a purpose. The only other thing that we got that I didn't mention, every class gets this once they hit, I believe, level 12, and it's Retaliate. And it's just an automatic thing. If you actually get knocked down, then you would just hit shift or whatever you have your chain thing set to, and you would usually just do some kind of twirly twirl so that you do damage and quickly get back up instead of slowly getting back to your feet. So that's it for today. Again, I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate the view and support as always. Hopefully you're finding this guide useful as well as entertaining. I'm really enjoying doing it. And the leveling is coming very quickly, which is why I'm breaking this up a little bit. I was originally intending on doing kind of like a 12 to 20 and then 20 to 30 and so on and so on. But I'm kind of breaking it up. The leveling is coming so quick that I feel like I could just do a bunch of smaller videos rather than like more spread out larger ones. So hopefully you're enjoying the format. Comment below, let me know what you think of it and whether or not it's working for you. And I will see everybody next time. Let's take a look at our new gun first, though. Point of interest, you get a new weapon like we just did, which is obviously better, so we're going to equip it. Now that we're using crystals, unequip them before you put on the new weapon, because the crystals stick to the weapon and you will lose them. Ah, it doesn't look any different. And we didn't gain any new slots. Poo, 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 poo. Oh, I got one for... Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, why did I get these? I got them from doing the Alliance quest. Alliance quests are totally worth doing. Tons of good stuff comes from those. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Laters!